Okay, so this is going to go back into what I want to talk about was side of the curve and PD arrays that are offered to you. So on a trade I had on the 10th on NASDAQ, it was a pretty solid trade, but it ended up, but I said like bad execution on it essentially. So this was at 2 in the morning. Uh, this right here. So took the short, kind of show it on this. So on the second, actually the 2nd of January, I was shorting this push up during lending kills on open, and because I shorted on like a nice green candle and everything like that, it pulled back and then you're immediately out of drawdown. So it ended up closing below the low. I took no partials on it, but I ended up seeing this kind of push up with an FEG, collecting sell side and everything, and I was like, okay, you can OTE this, and it also had a fair value gap in it. I don't know if it can be. I don't know if this is better to see it, but you can see it collects on the sell side underneath here, gives you OTE, and then pushes up. But I still held on to the trade after seeing that. Like I saw it push up higher with FEG and everything. I still was holding on to the short, and it even offers like one more FEG. It didn't get tapped, but you can tell that you're getting that displacement just to push up over this. So because of just like bad execution, I was on the right side of the curve initially, but because I was offered essentially a bullish PD array, I should have recognized that when you have a sell like this where you're on sell side of the curve for just a little bit and you want to take it short, whatever, you need to recognize that if you're offered still a bullish PD array, you're not lined up, or if you're doing that, you know that you're in a bullish PD array and you have that awareness to know that, yeah, it's a short, but it's not going to go for all the way breakdown. You might do something like this where, yeah, you get this partial and then you're clean out of there. And then you get the confirmation to switch long anyways on the OTE. So if we go to NASDAQ on the 2nd, it was in here. So you can see in this push up here, you're on sell side of the curve, but switching buy side. And again, you're offered a bullish PD array, right? You're collecting this push up, push up. So you have this bullish order block right here. So if you get a shift or a box 3 or anything like that, a smart market reversal, and you get that side of the curve shift in a spot that is, in this case, a bullish PD array, and then you keep getting offered bullish PD arrays the whole time. Notice how red candles are now also supporting price instead of green candles. So you're getting the push-ups, and then bullish PD arrays are still being offered you the whole time as you're pushing up. So you are on buy side of the curve now. So if you are going to take that sell, which is this is what it is on the 15, it was right up in here. This small push down that ended up being, ideally would have been at least a partial, is right in front of a bullish order block. And then ends up just staying on that buy side of the curve and keeps pushing higher because you're just offered bullish PD arrays the entire time. So it's that trap almost of, yeah, you can take the short if you want to, but you need to know where you're at. Or you just stay on what side of the curve that you're on, because again, you have that smart market reversal or that side of the curve shift at a bullish PD array spot to the left of it. And that can tell you when you're flipping the other side of the model, and you would again have then this as the finish for market maker buy model. And that's how you can use side of the curve shifts. Now, in something like this, which we had recently after CPI, you are switching to sell side of the curve, absolutely, while you're pushing down. But you're also, for one, in a premium. If you're to take this low to high, just look at the range of it, you're in the premium. So you're taking premium PD arrays that are offered to you in the premium. So that's fine. But again, when you're taking that, you do recognize that you have bullish PD arrays still down here that you should be looking for longer term. Because even as ICT was saying, you're bouncing off the old order blocks here, because you can even see bullish PD arrays are offered. This just power 3 for London off of Wednesday. Just pushes up, leaves breaker slash SVG, retaps into it, and then continues. That ends up supporting CPI's price. And then Friday itself, just like he had posted, it ends up really just hitting a rejection block that was Friday's low, essentially, down in here, and then just continued higher. Probably looks cleaner on NASDAQ, I think, for the rejection block, but either way, just trades right into the 50% of that, or even this BPR for NASDAQ in that case, pushes up over it. So it's really knowing that, yeah, if you want to be on that side of the curve, sure, but know where you're at. And if you're offered a bullish PD arrays in this case, you want to be taking those because that's where you're actually probably going. If you're truly going to be going short, you're going to be offered bearish PD arrays to get involved in. And if you take them, then that's fine. But that's where you need to recognize where you're at. But you should be offered on the larger time frame or larger structure that PD array to get involved on. And if the smaller one ends up shifting back in, you know that you should be getting on the other side of the curve and the other side of the market and not trying to take it all the way to, new lows down here, not getting trapped just because you do get the catch of the sell side shift over here from like here to here. Because then you're just going to end up more than likely giving it all back or getting squeezed out X, Y, and Z. Or again, like how I was trapped, if you're offered especially bullish PD arrays on a retrace, you don't want to see anything like that if you are short, because then it's probably just going to end up hitting the other way. So definitely keep an eye out for it. If anyone needs, I can probably talk about it more than Discord or anything like that, but always, always, always go through that PD array matrix, see what you're in front of, see what's inside of your actual range that's offered to you, and go from there down that list. And you should be able to save yourself a lot, especially with just, again, looking at what colored candles are supporting price. Are red candles giving bullish price action, or are green candles giving bearish price action and supporting those candles?